Okay, get this. A simple invitation for a walk has just blown up into one of the wildest political feuds of the year. We're talking insults, threats to federal funding, and, yeah, a golf cart. We are going to break down the entire smackdown between Donald Trump and Wes Moore right now. Oh, and before we dive in, make sure you hit that subscribe button so you don't miss a thing. Yeah, forget pay-per-view, because the biggest fight this week didn't happen in a ring. Nope. It all started with a simple, hey, want to go for a walk? But, in the world of politics, even a little stroll can turn into an absolute all-out brawl. All right, let's meet our contenders. In one corner, you've got Maryland Governor Wes Moore. He's 46. And in the other corner, former President Donald Trump, clocking in at 79. And that age gap, oh yeah, you better believe that's going to be front and center for this entire throwdown. So here's the opening move. Governor Moore sends out this, super formal, seemingly polite invitation to Trump. Hey, come join us for a public safety walk in Baltimore. On the surface, it just looks like standard politics, right? But underneath it all, oh, the gauntlet has officially been thrown down. Okay, round one. Ding ding. So how did Trump take this friendly invitation for a little light cardio? Well, let's just say he did not take it lightly. He came out of his corner swinging. And fast. His first reaction? He straight up called the invitation nasty and provocative. So yeah, it's pretty clear this challenge really hit a nerve. He was not about to just lace up his sneakers and play along. No way. So instead of just, saying yes or no, Trump totally deflects. He pivots the whole conversation away from the walk and goes straight for crime in Baltimore. He calls the city a crime disaster and basically puts all the blame right on Governor Moore's shoulders. And then, things really escalated. Trump says that if Moore can't handle the crime situation, he'll send in the troops, suggesting he'd deploy the National Guard. I mean, we went from a walk to a military intervention. That's a massive jump. But wait, he wasn't done. He then raises the stakes even higher. He starts hinting that he might pull federal funding for rebuilding Baltimore's collapsed Francis Scott Key Bridge. So just like that, a simple walk has spiraled into a major threat against critical infrastructure. Wild. All right, round two. Wes Moore was not about to just let that slide. He steps back into the ring with a counterpunch that was, let's just say, very personal and very specific. So Moore fires back hard. He brings up the whole President Bones Burst thing, referencing that old claim from Trump's past. He's basically framing Trump's whole angry response as just an excuse to get out of walking. It was a direct shot at his health and his history. And then came the knockout line. Hey, Donald, we can get you a golf cart if that makes things easier. And you gotta understand, this wasn't just some random insult. Oh no, this was a calculated, precision-guided comeback. So why was that golf cart comment so brutal? Well, it's because it taps directly into stuff we've all seen before. Remember back in 2017 at that G7 summit when Trump used a golf cart while all the other world leaders walked? And there have been other times his walking has been a topic of discussion. Moore's line perfectly connected all those dots, turning his offer into a seriously pointed political jab. Okay, but as entertaining as this whole back and forth is, this feud is really about more than just cardio and golf carts. I mean, underneath all the jokes, there are some pretty serious political issues bubbling up. And this is where the fight gets real, like real-world consequences real. On one side, you have these threats to withhold federal bridge money and deploy the National Guard. And on the other side? Well, Moore has now hinted at his own political countermove, potentially redrawing Maryland's political maps to get rid of the state's only Republican congressional seat. So the stakes here are just incredibly high. And that's pretty much where we stand right now. Ding, ding, ding. 2 rounds of some seriously intense political sparring that started with a walk and somehow ended with threats to bridges and political maps. So now it's time to go to the judges' scorecard, and that's you. So, what do you think? Who won this political walk-off? Was it Moore's super-targeted comeback? Or was it Trump's show of force? We want to know. Drop your scorecard in the comments below. And hey, for more breakdowns of the biggest political battles just like this one, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe. We'll see you next time.